So one of the most important elements of your video of all content creation is going to be audio. It's no secret that a lot of people watch YouTube videos by listening more podcast style. I frequently will listen to YouTube videos while I'm driving to work, while I'm outside working, whatever, where I can't necessarily watch the screen. So audio is very important. If you have somebody that is watching your video and the audio is not great, odds are they're going to click off and they're not going to complete that video. So audio, make sure that you have great audio. And that needs to happen whether or not you are in a studio where you're controlled with sound panels and bass traps and different ways to control the audio in your office, or if you're outside filming where you may have animal noise, road noise, other people around, whatever the case may be. You need to make sure that you do the best thing that you can to ensure great audio. Now, the camera that I typically use for my videos is the Canon M50. This is a camera that I still love. This is the Mark I. I know there's a Mark II upgrade that I will eventually get. There's even some other cameras out there that people love that I'm sure that I will try out eventually, but for now I'm still sticking with my M50. This camera's been really good to me. But when it comes to audio, there is one problem with this camera. So this is the onboard microphone on the Canon M50. As you can see, it just doesn't sound that great. The microphone that's built into this camera does not pick up sound that well at all. You're probably hearing some background noise. I've got a clock over here. You may even be hearing a little bit of an echo, something like that. And if you're filming outside or trying to do something with outside noise around you, best of luck to you. The M50 onboard microphone is not going to do well at all for you. Your video is not going to sound good. So you definitely need, in either case, an external microphone. So what I'm going to talk about today is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, which I have here. This is my microphone of choice that I use on my M50 when I'm filming outside, even inside the studio. Either way, so this is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to run through just a couple of quick settings, how to set this up quickly. This will not take very long at all. Very simple to set up, but I want to give you the settings that I've found that work best. Now, a side note, this will be sort of the same kind of setup no matter what camera you're using. You should be able to go through these same settings and just tweak this to your camera and your menus. So let's do that. Let's get this camera set up with this microphone so that we can have some great audio. We'll do that right after this. Just hit record. Once again in this video, I do want to talk about setting up your Rode VideoMic Pro Plus with your camera, in this case a Canon M50. Again, these settings should be the same regardless of your camera. Just go through your respective menu to get these settings there. Now, as a side note, since I've got my camera in my hand, what am I filming with right now? I'm actually filming with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I am very impressed by this camera. I've got some videos planned where I'm going to talk about how good the camera is on this and how I'm actually doing this right now. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, let's get to the content that you guys came here to see. So I'm going to first walk you through setting up the mic. Very simple setup. There's a few buttons, a few settings you need to know about. So we'll go through and set those up, and then we'll go to the camera and I will show the settings on the camera. And then I'll kind of give you a demonstration of the audio without these settings, just on the onboard mic, and the audio after we go through the setup. So let's jump right into it. So this is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. Now you can see the size of this in my hand. It's not a huge mic, but it is a good size mic. You actually get a lot of great sound out of this. Now looking at the back of it, this is the power button. So I'll turn that on. Now, I've got a blue button right now, which means I have plenty of charge left. One thing that I love about this mic is that the lights will change on the power button based on how much power you have left. So this light will actually turn red when I have 10 hours of charge remaining. It'll be a solid red color. When I get down to about 2 hours, it'll go to a slow flash. That'll let me know that I've got 2 hours remaining. And if it goes down to a fast flashing red light, then I have about 30 minutes remaining. Definitely want to get it charged. Now the button here, we do have the dB plus minus. This is our output gain control. So the default setting out of the box is 0. You can press it once to be plus 20, press it again to be minus 10, and press it again to be off. On the left side, we have the high pass filter. And again, you see default out of the box is off. If I press this once, it's going to show 75 Hertz. If I press it again, it's going to show 150 Hertz. Now, what the high pass filter is going to do is reduce low frequencies. So if you're outside, this is a really good feature because this is going to help reduce the noise from traffic, from people around you, from just whatever noise is outside. It's going to help reduce that. Now, we also have a high frequency boost button. So if I press the output gain control and the high pass filter button at the same time, you will see this light up here. Now this is going to put us into high frequency boost mode, and basically this is going to set us up about 5 decibels, which is going to enhance some clarity. It's going to make the mic sound better. This is really helpful if you're outside and using a windscreen or like a dead cat filter, something like that. This is going to really be useful for that, so I will turn that back off. And last, we also have a safety channel. Now the way that you do that is to press your output gain control and your power button at the same time, and you will see this light in the middle turn on. Now what this is going to do, this is actually going to lower the output of the right channel by about 10 decibels. So basically what this will do is keep your audio from clipping if you have an unexpected spike. If you have a car that goes by and all of a sudden it's right next to you, it spikes your audio. This will keep that from clipping. So that's a good feature to have if you're going to be outside. Now I'm going to show you the settings that I use by default when I'm in my studio, because that's where 99% of my recording happens. I like to do this on the microphone. So I'm going to go to +20 on the output gain control, +20. High pass filter, I'm going to set to 75 Hertz. Now for inside, this is all I'm going to do. If I'm doing some outside type stuff, then I will go ahead and turn on the safety channel, because again, if there's going to be a spike in sound, I do not want that to clip. And I will also turn on high frequency, because I more than likely am going to have a dead cat or a windscreen. So I want to make sure that I don't pick up wind noise. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on just so that's boosted. So again, these are the settings for outside. I basically use all the features on the mic. If I'm inside my studio, then I will turn off the high frequency boost, and I will turn off the safety channel. So those are the settings on the microphone themselves. Those are the settings that I will use based on which type of filming I'm doing. Let's go ahead and go to the camera so I can show you the settings on the camera that we need to make sure are right, and then we will connect this. Now the first thing that I want to do is connect the microphone to the hot shoe on the M50, and then I'm going to tighten this down, and then I'm going to connect the TRS cable to the back of the microphone and right around to the camera. So when you first look at the camera, the first thing you're going to see is that sound recording is set to auto. Now with auto, I can't change the recording level. You see it's kind of set, it's grayed out. I can't change that. Now also what you see below is you see a meter that goes from -40 dB up to 0, and you have 12 with a green under it. So basically, when you get this set up, you want your dBs to register right around -12 on average. Now you may have some that come in lower, some that come in higher, but that's okay. You want your average sound to be right around that -12. Now you can see right now with sound recording set to auto that as I talk into this, we are clipping hardcore up around that 0. So typically what you want to do is make sure that you get your settings to around that -12 dB point. So what I'm going to do to fix this, I'm going to hit auto, and I'm going to set this to manual. Now that I've selected manual, you can see the recording level has opened up, so now I can select this. And this is what I found to be the best thing for me. So it's in the middle right now. I'm going to hit the arrow until this goes all the way down. Okay, now that I'm all the way down, and you can see by looking at the screen that there's absolutely nothing happening. The microphone is not picking up any sound. Cannot tell there's any sound coming in, not registering anything. So I'm actually going to hit this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you look at the average, where the average sound is, the yellow is coming in right under the -12. And so that is a good point for the distance where I'm typically recording from. If you're holding this out, arm's length away as you're vlogging, or if you have it set up over you in a studio environment, then you want that to average right around that -12. And you can see that's what we're doing. So now we have this set up. I'm going to say okay. And that is it. That is all there is to setting up the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus with your Canon M50 or with whatever camera you're using. It's that easy. So we have the microphone set up the right way. We have the camera set up. Now you can start to record. So just as a reminder of what it sounded like without the Rode mic and without the right settings. So this is the onboard microphone on the Canon M50. As you can see, it just doesn't sound that great. The microphone that's built into this camera. And here's what it sounds like after we've gone through these settings and set the microphone up with the camera. And this is the audio with the settings the way that we laid out in this video. So as you can see, the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus does a great job of working with the M50. Using these settings, this audio sounds great. I'm going to do very little to this audio in post. I may add some bass, take out some of the highs, but that's about it. It requires very little post-production after. So this is a great mic with this camera. Use these settings that I've laid out here, and I think that you will find that you have great audio coming directly from this mic. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions about this, or if you have any tips, anything that you've done differently with this mic and this camera, make sure you drop a comment down below. I think we all learn better when we all collab together. If I can help you in any way with content creation, make sure you check out the website, kenthecontentcoach.com. This website will have links to everything that I have going on, my website, our blog, everything, back to the videos, all of that good stuff. And if you have any direct questions, if I can help you, reach out, ken@kenthecontentcoach.com. I'd love to help you in any way that I can. Again, if you enjoy this type of content, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell next to it so that you will be notified every time a video comes out. And of course, that thumbs up does a whole lot for the channel. So if you want to hit that thumbs up on the way out, if this video brought you value, I appreciate that also. Until the next video, guys, I hope you have a great week. We will see you next time. Remember, just hit record, and we'll see you later.